Outside low. And this one is off and running. Outside. Ball 2. Now he breaks his bat. Random. And he takes it himself for the out.
Batting second, first baseman,
and here is Joe Random. 3 for 7 in the series so far. That one lifted to left. Random. Sizing this one up. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. 2 away. 2 outs. Base is empty. Joe Random, the next to hit for the Angels. And that's in for a strike. Perez, just 21 years old, and he was a second-round pick back in 2025. And he grounds one to the right side. And that one handled. Over to first, and the inning is over. Angels nothing. And we're back. And on the hill, the big righty, Patrick Blanchard.
It's a tough veteran lineup on the other side, but I'm excited to see what this rookie can do in this one.
Here's the second baseman, Connor Hollis. And a breaking ball drops in for a strike. To the right side. Dives, but it kicks off his glove. No throw, and they can't get the out. Next to hit, Derek Fuentes. One of the stars in the win yesterday, as he had 3 hits. And misses inside. In the air, left field. Random tracks it down for the out. And here's the veteran outfielder, Abraham Almonte. 2 for 9 so far in the series. In the dirt, it gets to the backstop. So a wild pitch allows the runner to advance. Just off the inside edge.
2-0.
In the air, out towards right center. Random makes the catch. Runner tags and will move up to third. Throw, and it gets away. Michael Cantu getting ready to hit. 2 for 7 in the series so far.
He didn't want to give up that run, but he did. Got the fly ball, sac fly out. Now it's time to attack these other guys. Get your team back in the dugout.
That misses the zone, and that's ball 1. That one way inside.
Straighten him up a little bit.
2 down, base is empty, but 1 run across here in game 3 of this 4-game series. Fouls one off. 2-2. Got him swinging. Went back to the fastball, and it was effective. 1 run on 1 base hit, no errors, and no one left. We go on to inning. All set for the start of the inning. And now the rookie second baseman, Joe Random. Perez back to work. That's off the mark. Ball 1. Swinging a foul back. That's out of play. Gets him to chase after that one.
1-2 the count.
This to center field. And that'll fall for a base hit. And a good start to the inning.
Well, he found himself behind in the count right there, but he didn't give in. These days, most outfielders play pretty deep, and I'm not sure if that was a factor there or not, but off the bat, you're thinking it's going to be a pop out, and it just kind of nestled into that spot where no one was able to get to it.
Trying to move him over here. There's one. And that's all they'll get. Now the batter now, Joe Random. 3 for 9 of the series coming in. And a sac bunt here. And that's foul. Ball. Tying run is at first. Here at the top of the second. Gets the bunt down the right side. Random. There's one.
Fell off to a great start. He's really cruising out there on the mound. He's got a chance to get through these first 2 innings with under 20 pitches. That could set him up to go deep into this game.
Joe Random in the box with 2 gone, and takes a look at a called strike. Popped up. And it falls. And that'll put runners at the corners with 2 away.
Well, that's one of those knocks where you almost expect to get some jabs from your teammates when you get back to the dugout. He clearly didn't catch that one on the big part of the bat, just kind of muscled it out there. And, you know, on the mound, it can be pretty frustrating for a pitcher, but you just kind of have to expect those to drop in there sometimes. Lays out. Oh, it's off his glove.
In to score is the runner from third, and it's an RBI single. It's 1-1.
There's no time there. You know what they say, he couldn't have thrown it out there any better than that, and certainly the case that time. Just flared it back behind the second baseman and dropped it in there.
Joe Random in the box now. Takes strike 1. Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. It's going to fall for a hit.
Well done. Drives in the run. Good job getting the foot down so he could catch it out front and pull it. Turned on it nicely for the knock.
At the plate, Joe Random. Throw in holds the lead runner at third, so it'll be bases loaded and 2 gone. And next for the Angels, Joe Random. He's 0 for 1. Right through there for a strike. Random at third. Random on second. Random at first. 2 out of the inning. And it's even up.
That's a ball. Down. Ball.
In the dirt. And an excellent job keeping it right there. And now it's even up.
I would throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2. Two outs. Got him. That ends the inning, and they limit the damage. But 2 runs for them, and they jump ahead. Bottom of the second, and now it's going to be Joe Random.
First baseman, number 19.
First offering, and it just misses. That one is upstairs. Delivers a pitch in for a strike at 95.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Swing and a foul straight back. Swings and misses. It's a strikeout.
That's about as nasty of a splitter as you'll come across, especially in terms of movement. I mean, that thing tumbles out of his hand and just drops off the table at the last moment. If he keeps it down, it's just so tough to put wood on.
Joe Random in the box now. No balls and a strike.
0-1.
And ball one. Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts. Back-to-back strikeouts to start the frame, and that's now 3 in a row.
Yeah, he's really settling in and getting a feel for his pitches, throwing them where he wants to right now. So we'll see how long he can keep this streak going.
And now here is Joe Random. Swing and a miss. 0-1.
It's 0-1.
2 outs, base is empty. To the right side. Oh, can't pick it up cleanly. Still able to fire over. Misplay doesn't cost him. Inning over. And welcome back to the ballpark. Top half of the third inning. Here's the Angels catcher, Joe Random. Right through there for a strike. Now this is in the air down the line. Random has a beat on it. Makes the catch. 1 down.
Just pulled off of it a little bit right there. That front shoulder coming open instead of staying closed. If he does that, he's going to be able to go up the middle the other way with some authority instead of a fly out to left.
Random in now. Takes ball 1 off the plate. Just off the inside edge. 1 out, base is empty.
No strikes.
Pop foul out of play off to the right. Just missed.
A rare 3-ball count here.
3-1.
He's been throwing strikes all day. Got to be ready to hit if you're in the box.
Line drive.
That swing right there tells me he's seeing the ball pretty well. I know it didn't produce a hit, but he made solid contact, and that's all you're looking to do anytime you're at the plate.
Random batting for the second time, and that's strike 1. Next pitch is outside.
1-1.
Just missed.
2-1.
And delivers outside. Next offering is in for a strike.
Full count.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And good work there as he gets a 1-2-3. Angels held in check, but they still lead it 2-1. Set for the bottom of the third, and now the shortstop, Joe Random.
Shortstop, number 18.
And there's the strike. Fights it off. He'll see another. Foul ball, still 0-2.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Gets a piece, and it stays 0-2. That one 95 to finish him off.
Oh, really expanded the zone right there with that fastball off the outside corner of the plate. Got him to chase it. That's a tough one to lay off of because it starts close to you and just continues to run away from you in that batter's box. So it's a really nice pitch with 2 strikes.
And now Joe Brandon, and he can't come up with it. Still finds a way to get off a throw, and he's going to make it to first, and we'll see how they score.
Poor guy. You know he's trying to help out his pitcher, but he's clearly out of position and commits an error right there. I'm sure he's looking over to his skipper and saying, give me some help, man. Get me out of here.
Hollis, batting with 1 down, takes a strike. In there for a strike at the top of the zone.
Cold night tonight, Boog, and that's a pretty firm fastball right there. I tell you what, memories of getting jammed, they are creeping into my mind right now.
Got him looking. Now 5 strikeouts for him on the mound.
Well, that's not the best 2-strike fastball I've seen, but certainly got away with the location there. You know, sometimes as a hitter, when you're down in the count, you're so focused on a pitcher painting the black, and you just get a little bit locked up on something down the heart of the
boots it. But they get the out at first, and that'll do it for the inning. So no runs, no base hit. And we're back. John Sciambi with Chris Singleton, and set to lead off the 4th, Joe Brandon. And that one missing inside a sharp slider. That's a strike, and the count even at 1.
1-1.
Swings through that one for strike 2.
He's been able to go inside as well as outside, effectively working both sides of the plate in this at bat.
That misses the zone. 2-2. Stays alive. Got him looking as the fastball runs back over the inside corner.
Oh, just a beautiful fastball on the inside corner for that backwards K right there. I think the hitter saw it all the way coming from that opposite arm angle. So I got to think he was looking away and just got locked up by the hard stuff boring in on his hands.
Brandon stands in now and watches strike 1. Swing and a ball popped in the air. Drifts towards it. Nabs it, and there's 2 down. 2 down, base is empty. And next for LA, Joe Brandon. Edge of the zone for a strike. 0-1. Brandon measures 6 feet 2 inches, 210 pounds, and he's usually a first baseman, but today he starts in the outfield. Swing and a ball lifted to center field. No trouble here, puts it away for the out. Bottom 4, and here is Abraham Almonte. That one finds the zone, and that's strike 1. Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
0-2.
And that one upstairs, ball 1.
Rarely will you see a pitcher just waste a pitch like that. The batter wasn't even tempted to swing. Every pitch needs to have a purpose so that it can set up a following pitch to help you get that out.
Got him swinging. So he picks up his 6th strikeout of the ball game.
Definitely made him chase a little bit out of the zone right there. I don't think that's a strike if he takes it. Pretty textbook pitching. Get ahead in the count, get the guy in the box on his heels, and then force him to chase your pitch where he doesn't have much of a chance to do any damage.
And that one is lifted in the air. Brandon should have this one. 2 down.
Now batting, number 19.
And now the first baseman, Joe Brandon. that's in for a strike. And it's 0-1. Foul ball. Two down, nobody on. Swing and a miss, and he got him. And he's up to 7 strikeouts. Nothing doing there for the A's. Welcome back. Quite a pitcher's duel so far. Here's how the starters have performed up to this point.
Right fielder, number 25.
Perez back to work. Ripped to third and caught.
It's never fun going back to the dugout after hitting the line drive that finds a glove, but you will get some high fives. You know, when you make great contact, you feel like you've done everything right. But in this game of baseball, not everything is in your control.
Random stands in now, looks at that one inside.
1-0.
Base is empty, one away, and we're at the top of the 5th. Liner, base hit. Runner on at first with one gone. Joe Brandom now at the plate. 0 for 2 in this one. Bunts it in the air. Reaching down and makes the grab. Next to hit, Joe Brandom. There's a strike. Random, the runner at first with 2 gone.
Hit.
Perhaps not quite ready to hit. First 2 pitches by him for a couple of strikes. Now back is against the wall. He's going to have to figure something out and figure it out quickly.
Line to left. It gets down. Base hit. And now first and second with 2 outs.
Well, that certainly feels good when you can win the at-bat after being down in the count, up against it with 2 strikes right there. Solid swing from start to end, on time with everything, really good balance, nice extension, and he met it out front for the line drive knock.
And that's the 3rd out. Angels strand a couple. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Now the A's designated hitter, Joe Brandom.
Number 13.
First pitch, and he just misses.
You don't want to get beat by a fastball in, and he spits on that one.
Tried to get him to chase on the changeup that time. In the air, left field, down the line. Random on the move towards foul ground. Couldn't get to it before it dropped foul. Just misses with that one.
A really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Random in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. In the air out to center. That one gets down for a hit. Off to a good start with a leadoff nod. Here's the left fielder, Joe Brandom. 0 for 1. He grounded out to first his last time. Squares to bunt, but that rolls foul. And he pops up the bunt. And there's one away.
Now batting.
Next up for the A's, Joe Brandom. He struck out swinging at his first at bat. Tying run is at first. Last half of inning number 5. Puts a bunt down. Tosses to the pitcher covering the bag. As the pitcher brings it in for the out, and the runner advances to second. And now the center fielder,
14.
Joe Brandom. Ball one there.
Outside.
There's the strike.
1-1.
Man on second, 2 down. And that's outside.
He's gone off speed. He needs to elevate here with 2 strikes out of the zone.
And that one is inside.
That's a really good take.
Count full.
Here's a rip to short, but he's there for the 3rd out. The A's. New inning getting started. And now Joe Brandom.
Number 33.
And that one a little below the knees. And that's ball 1.
1-0.
Slice to right. Almonte makes the play. And a quick out, number 1. Now it's the shortstop, Joe Brandom. That's a strike across the top of the zone.
Well, on the mound, very efficient, able to produce an outcome, it seems like, within the 3rd or 4th pitch of just about every at bat.
Tapped softly on the ground. Brandom. Throw not in time. It's an unlikely infield single.
See, that right there, that's a perfect.
Pitching.
So a new pitcher on the mound for the A's, number 66. So the batting order turns over. Connor Hollis digs in now. Just missed.
Ball. 1 ball, no strikes.
Popped up, foul territory behind the plate. Brings it in. 1 up, 1 down.
That was a good pitch to hit right down the heart of the plate. Had pretty good timing on it. Just got underneath it a little bit and popped it up.
Fuentes in the box again. Takes a strike. The Athletics trailing by a run here in the bottom of the 6th. Fought off foul. Spoils a 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another.
One ball, 2 strikes.
See if you can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up and out of the zone since you're heading the count 1-2. Don't miss in the zone because that's where you can get hurt.
1 down, base is empty. Fouls it back with 2 strikes.
Well, he's having a tough time getting a pitch by him. As a hitter, you feel pretty confident that you're seeing different pitches still able to make some type of contact.
Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up. Swings over the splitter for strike 3. Chris, 3rd time through the order, and a couple of quick outs for the starter.
Yeah, he's been very frugal today, economical with the pitch count.
Abraham Almonte up next for the A's. There's a strike.
0-1. Ball.
Swing and a high fly ball, well struck. That's back there. And that is gone. And we're level. It's 2-2.
He just sent a jolt of electricity into this stadium with that swing. He's so good at getting his arms extended, and that's exactly what he did right there. You don't typically want to pull a pitch in that part of the plate, but he doesn't allow his wrist to roll over, stays through the ball, gets the loft, and gets the home run.
So it's all tied up thanks to the home run. Cantu will hit next. And that gets the top of the zone for a strike. That one outside. Going to count 1-2. Two outs. Swing and a miss as he was late. Catcher has it, fires to first. That completes the strikeout. Inning over. One hit in the inning, a solo homer. We're through 6 full. We are tied. Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new. Joe Brandon getting ready to hit. And there's a strike.
You know, these A's, as this game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate. So many of their outs have come from weak contact on pitches they're chasing outside of the strike zone. You can't do much of anything with those locations, and that's been true again today.
And a ground ball to first. And he handles it himself for the out.
Good fade and sinking action of that changeup got that hitter to roll over.
Now it's the DH, Joe Brandon. And that drops in for a strike. Activity in the bullpen. Joe Brandon, the young right-hander, up and throwing. Brandon also getting ready. Swing and a miss as he was late that time.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Just misses the mark outside the zone.
Too close for me, partner, to take that 0-2 fastball, but for whatever reasons he let it go by. He's still in the at-bat. I don't think he'll let the next one go.
Fouls it off. Still 1-2. One down, base is empty. That's off the inside corner, and it's 2-2.
Recognize that changeup right out of the hand. Just spit on it.
And a swing and a miss. So he cracks double digits with his 10th strikeout.
He had him out in front, which isn't easy to do against a hitter like this, known for using the entire field. Just couldn't sit back long enough on that one.
Manager out of the dugout, and he's going to make a change. Patrick Blanchard departs, and it's a tie ball game as he heads for the dugout. Back with a new arm after a quick break.
Now pitching for the
Pitching
Angels.
change here, Joe Brandon.
Athletics.
All right, ready to go here and into the box for Baltimore. Or Henry Ramos.
Henry Ramos.
Edge of the zone, call the strike. And we're underway here this afternoon.
First pitch, 110.
Swing and a miss. And the count is 0-2.
Ooh, buy-in. You got to remember to take the donut off the bat, partner.
Got him swinging. And that's the first strikeout of his major league career.
And it could be the first of many if he meets the goals he set for himself and the expectations others have for him. He doesn't want to just win games. He wants to dominate at this level.
Do you think young pitchers can sometimes get too caught up in trying to rack up Ks early in their career?
Boog, I think they can. It's kind of like a hitter that doesn't have power. The thrill is still hitting a ball over the fence. And so for a guy, even if he doesn't have power stuff or strikeout stuff, a strikeout is still something that makes him stick his chest out a little bit further.
And that's in for a strike. Strike three, and that's 2 in a row.
Well, there appears to be no problem settling in on the mound out there today. It looks pretty tough to start this one, punching out the first 2 hitters of this ball game. And somebody's going to have to put the bat on the ball, put it in play, and get something going.
2 outs, base is empty. Now, Donna Urias de la Cruz. First pitch misses. Inside, just missed. Hot shot to first base, and he snags it to end the inning. 1, 2, 3, go the Orioles. Now it'll be back here with my pal Singy, and today's starter, Peter Davies.
There's always a bit of a learning curve for rookie pitchers. You've got to get familiar with these big league hitters, and it's more of a chess match. But I think this kid's got good stuff and the potential to be great.
Leading off, Joe Brandon.
No balls, 1 strike.
Late swing fouled off. Sets him down looking. That was pretty nasty.
Well, I think that's a case of overthinking right there. Got 3 straight fastballs looking in the 0-2 count just to pour it back.
Now the number 2 hitter, Joe Brandon. Now one missed.
Ball. 1-0.
And that's in there for a strike, and now it's even. Swing and a miss. There's that changeup.
See if you can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up and out of the zone since you're heading the count 1-2. Don't miss in the zone because that's where you can get hurt.
2-2 down. That's foul off to the right side. Keeps the AB going. Swing and a miss. That one in the dirt. Gets the out. 2 down after the strikeout.
Really good hard bite to that breaking ball for the strikeout right there. I mean, he was able to bury it down below the zone, and that's throwing the pitch with conviction. Good thing for the pitcher, he's not going to miss in the zone, and that's where you get hurt. Excellent execution with 2 strikes. That could be a big weapon for him in this start.
The 1-0. Grounds one to short. Random. Oh, can't pick it up cleanly.
We all know that first inning can be a critical one in terms of guys settling in and the tone being set for the game. So this isn't what you're looking for on defense. 2-out errors are a lot like 2-out walks, but maybe even worse because your pitcher did his job to get what should have been the last out of that inning.
Two outs. And that's through there for a strike. And it's 0-2.
And at bat like this is almost over as it begins. In this situation, you have no idea what the next pitch is going to be. You just got to hope that you can make contact.
That just misses, and it's 1-2. Caught him looking for the K. One left for Seattle. Scoreless after one. Back at T-Mobile Park, here's the third baseman, Richard Haas. Gomez back to work. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Didn't take long to get a result for that at bat. Once you get the ball by the pitcher, there's a lot of base hits up the middle, even on ground balls. So a nice job to use that big hole and get himself a hit.
There goes the runner. And that one fouled off. And there's the ball. Our umpire behind the plate, Jerry Hillsdale. High praise for Jerry when we talk to people around the game.
Yeah, no doubt about it, Boog. He's very straightforward, very consistent back there. So most of the time, you're not going to think about it. That's a good thing.
Swing and a miss, and he struck him out. And he's registered 3 Ks in this one.
He's locked in at the plate when he's using the whole field. He was out in front there. Just needs to let the ball travel a little more, and his timing will be back on track. Good pitch for the strikeout.
And the batter now, Joe Brandom. Lays down a bunt to the right side. They apply the tag, and the runner moves up to second. So the go-ahead run in scoring position. Brandon, the next to hit. And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike.
Well, we call that keyholing. Even though it's right there and looks pretty good, if he doesn't love it, he's not going to swing that early in the count.
And a foul ball. That one just misses.
His understanding of the strike zone, very impressive. That was a very close 0-2 fastball. I just don't know how you take that.
And that one hit to first. Can't glove it cleanly. Gets off a throw. And that is the third out of the inning. One left for the Orioles. Bottom of the inning. And now for Seattle, Joe Brandon.
Third baseman.
Trying to pick up his first knock in the big leagues. And that drops in for a strike.
Well, a good first pitch changeup there. In order to be effective, you've got to really sell it. Good arm speed, and it's got to be down in the zone.
This one popped up. Ramos on his way in. He makes the grab, and there's one down. And stepping in for the Mariners, Joe Brandon. Right through there for a strike. Davies goes 5 feet 11 inches. He features a four-seam fastball, a changeup, and he occasionally uses a curve. And that one is downstairs. And the count even 1-1. And that's in the dirt.
2-1.
Check swing, and he went 2-2.
2-2 is the count.
Out there to center. And that will fall. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
When you flare a ball out behind second base, it's really a tough spot for anyone to get to, and you're never trying to do that as a hitter, but when you do, I tell you what, you're yelling at it the entire way to get down.
And strike two. Trying to move him over here. The throw to first, out on the sac bunt.
Really nice technique right there to get that sac bunt down. Advances that runner up another base. That was his job. He got it done.
And up next for Seattle, Joe Brandom.
Ball.
In the dirt, but kept close. Lifted in the air, right center field. And that is that. Back in Seattle. Well, here we go. Top of the third, scoreless game. And into the box for Baltimore, Joe Brandom. Late with the swing there.
This guy's got such a good sinker. As a hitter, you've got to look up in the zone. If you look down, you're going to be chasing stuff in the dirt.
And that is out of play. Ball one there.
1-2. Ball. 2-2.
Swing and a ground ball. Random. Gets it to first. And one away in the top of the third. Joe Brandom will hit next. 2 for 6 so far in the series. Slice the other way. That's a base hit. So now back to the top of the order.
Well, no waiting around right there. He was ready to swing it on the first pitch. That pretty much split the zone down the middle, and those are the ones where you got to make them pay.
And now Henry Ramos right through there for a strike. Top of the third, no score. This one in the air, right field. And that is a foul ball.
One, two.
Squirts away a little bit. Way inside, gets out of the way. Two now. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
I'm not sure that was the exact location the pitcher wanted, but it worked. He got the swing and miss, and I'm sure a bit of sigh of relief after seeing that one go through the zone.
Colin Moore getting ready to hit. Struck out looking at his first at bat. In there for strike one.
0-1.
Just missed.
1-1.
Swing and a high fly ball to left. Random sizes this one up, and that'll do it. The Orioles leave one, and we are still scoreless. And welcome back to the ballpark as we go to the last of the third. Now it's the right fielder, Joe Brandom.
Well, the key to his success is getting ahead early in the count. He cannot afford to go deep in the counts. Doesn't have a ton of swing and miss stuff, so he's going to have to work efficiently.
1-1.
The 1-1. That one missing inside. Swing and a miss. There's that changeup.
2-2.
Good job to fight that one off. Up and in, and it's 3-2.
Full count.
Righty delivers. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
Well, I'm not sure what he was waiting on right there.
The
He got the
baseman,
changeup and still late on it. You rarely see that. It almost makes you think that he was trying to set the pitcher up. I mean, if you can't catch up to the off-speed stuff, there's no way you're going to touch a fastball.
Random batting for the second time, and that's strike one. Swings through that one out in front that time.
Quickly in an 0-2 count, you've got to figure out a way to shorten your path to the baseball. Put it in play somewhere, then you got a chance.
And now 1-2. And that's down and away.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Try to get him to chase on the changeup that time.
Still just the second batter of the inning, and on the mound he's already thrown 13 pitches. They got him working hard out there.
That's a good at bat right there. He was down early in that plate appearance. Works the walk.
The left fielder.
One gone, runner at
25.
first. Now the left fielder, Joe Random. Strike one. Drops a bunt down the first base side. Fires to second for one. And that's all they'll get. Rafael Miranda up next for the Mariners.
Rafael
And there's one thing on his mind this at bat, getting that first hit at the big league level.
Fastball in for a strike, 0-1. And that one clips the corner. 2 gone, but the go-ahead run is at first here in the last half of the third. Next pitch is downstairs. That one missed.
This guy's a fun guy to watch taking at bat. He just battles up there. He doesn't take a pitch off at all. Makes it so difficult on the pitchers out there. You can tell they get frustrated with how long it takes to put him away.
That's down and in.
3-2, 2 out, runner on first. A lot of movement in the infield. Hitters got to stay focused on the pitch.
Random in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. Got him. He picks up his 5th strikeout on the hill. So it's no runs on no hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. On to inning number 4. No score. On to the 4th. Now the Orioles catcher, Donna Urias de la Cruz. And a strike in there.
You know, these Orioles just lacking discipline at the plate in this ballgame. So many of their outs have come from weak contact on pitches they're chasing outside of the strike zone. You can't do much of anything with those locations, and that's been true again today.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Hit in the air, center field. Random makes the catch. And there's one away. Down to third baseman, Richard Paz. 1 for 1 with a single so far. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2.
No ball. Two
Fourth
strikes.
inning underway, no score. Pitch in the dirt.
Ball.
Now 1-2. Good eye
No,
right there.
ball.
Next offering
Count is
misses
full.
down and away. Fouled off again, and it remains 3-2. One out, bases empty. Waves at the defender for the strikeout.
A pretty good break on the curveball right there. Maybe not as down in the zone as he would have liked, but deceptive enough to get that swing and miss. And if you don't catch that pitch out front on the barrel, it bears in on you pretty hard.
C.J. Hinojosa, the next to hit for the Orioles. And that drops in for a strike. This one popped up. Foul ground, first base side. Makes the catch, inning over. So they go quietly there. We're midway in the fourth. We're tied. Bottom of the fourth, and now the DH, Joe Brandom. First pitch
That missed.
doesn't
That's
find
the
the
ball.
zone. On the ground, right side. Throws to first in time. Leadoff hitter retired in the fourth. Joe Brandom up next for the Mariners. Swing and a miss. And that is strike one.
He's been
ball,
incredibly
strike.
efficient in this one. First pitch strike percentage over 70%. That's well above league average, and that's what's
Did he
allowed
go?
him to pitch well up until this point.
Yes, he did. That's a swing. Next pitch
Ball
is
outside.
outside. And that
2-2.
skips in the dirt. A little bit low.
Count is
And
full.
the count's full. All tied up. We're here in the bottom of the fourth. Gets a piece and stays alive. Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch. One down, base is empty. And a foul ball, he stays alive.
Also really good at bat. What I like about this guy, his bat stays in the zone for a long time. Gives him the ability to foul off tough pitches.
Line drive. Moore pulls it down, and there's two gone. Now a chance for Joe Brandom. A single his first time. Swing and a pop-up. Brandom. And puts the squeeze on that one. And that'll do it. Welcome back.
Leading
Quite
off
a
for the
pitcher's
Orioles,
duel so
the first
far.
baseman,
Here's how the starters
Joe
have performed up to this point.
Brandom.
Gomez back to work. He was late there. Strike one.
Oh, he's looking great so far. It
0-1.
helps when over 80% of your first pitches are strikes. He might be able to go the distance if he keeps this up.
Yeah, the pitch is in for a strike. And the count is 0-2. And a swing and a miss. And that's 6 Ks for him in this one.
That was a well-executed slider away for the strikeout right there. First two pitches filled up the zone and got him ahead 0-2 in the count. And at that point, you can start expanding the zone as a pitcher. He made him chase and got the quick strikeout.
And next for the Orioles, Joe Brandon. On the ground, right side. And that's just foul. Random in his second season, just 19 years old. And he's usually a first baseman, but today he's the designated hitter. Base is empty, one away, and we're at the top of the fifth. That one finds the zone. 0-2 now.
Some people say that first basemen kind of have the day off regularly because they don't run around a whole lot. But when you think about it, they are involved in just about every single play, and there's a lot of stress that gets put on their legs. So a well-deserved day at the DH spot for him. Really love the pitch sequence right there. I'm telling you what, pitcher and catcher on the same page right now.
Joe Brandon, the next to hit for the Orioles. That one fouled off. 2 outs, base is empty. In the air, right side. And it stays fair. Go ahead run on base. Random digs in now. There's a strike. Random off of first with 2 away. Just missed.
That's high.
The 1-1 is fouled off.
That's a ball.
Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Line and a base hit into right. So that's 2 straight 2-out hits.
He went up there and got it. With 2 strikes, I'm not going to leave this in the umpire's hands. I'm going to be aggressive. It was in a location where you could get those arms extended that he loves to do. So nice job right there coming back in that at bat.
Now here is Henry
1 ball,
Ramos.
no strikes.
They tried to get him to chase on a slider down and away. And that misses.
That's the ball.
2-0.
Struggled a little bit in this one. Couple of strikeouts earlier, but doing a much better job in this at bat to get ahead and find a good hitter's count at 2-0.
That misses.
No, that missed.
3-1.
He hasn't fallen behind in the count like this all day. He's in danger of walking his first batter right here.
Swing and a miss.
Instead of letting the hitter get his arms extended, tied him up a little bit, slightly up, slightly in.
And that'll load the bases.
Ball 4. Take your base.
Well, the stage has been set for this offense, Boog. It's all about creating opportunities, and this is one of them right here.
Colin Moore, the next to hit for the Orioles. That's outside.
That's
ball
the ball.
1. Bases loaded. 2 down. And fouled off.
Pretty good pitch to take a pass at in a 1-0 count. Just not able to square it up.
2 outs. Base hit. 1 run is in. The second run scores. It's 2-zip.
Well, here we are, third time through the order, and this is where we see the OPS jump up. Manager might have to go to the bullpen a little bit sooner than he anticipated.
And now, Donna Urias de la Cruz. 0 for 2 in this one. And the slider just misses. Some activity in the Mariners bullpen. Joe Brandon appears to be getting loose. Brandon warming up as well. That one finds the zone. That's strike one. Swing and a miss as he was late.
I think he was sitting off speed there.
1-2, count.
That one misses, and it's 2-2. And down on strikes he goes. That's his 8th strikeout of the game. But 2 runs for him, and they jump ahead. Last half of the 5th coming up. It's the Orioles 2 and the Mariners. And we're back, ready to go for the last half of the inning. And now for Seattle, Joe Brandon. And the first offering a fastball for a strike.
Well, these Mariners showing great discipline at the plate, and patience definitely seems to be the name of their game in this one. Starter's leash has to be getting tighter with his pitch count where it is, but so far he's been really effective in this one.
Joe Brandon up next for the Mariners. Gets the bunt down the right side, and that's a foul ball. Puts a bunt down. Bare hand scoop. They put the tag on him, and he gets the job done. So digging in, Joe Brandon. Struck out swinging his first time. Swing and a ground ball, and that one gets through into center field. Coming home. He'll score. It's an RBI single. It's 2-1.
Big RBI for him right there. Let that pitch get pretty deep on him, so I think he was looking to go the other way. It was off speed and inside, though, so a good adjustment to shoot it back up the middle.
And there's 2 away. And stepping in for the Mariners, Joe Brandon. And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike.
Well, the offense has gotten going, and a pitcher wants to go out there, have a real quick inning, get those guys back into the dugout so those bats can stay hot.
Ground ball right side. They get the force, and that's the inning. But they pick up 1 run on the RBI single, and it's now a 2. Back at T-Mobile Park, start of the 6th, John Shambi with Chris Singleton, and leading off, Richard Paz. Yeah, that's fouled off.
You know, these Orioles, simply put, are producing a lot of quality swings. We've already seen 8 line drives from them, and it's always a good sign when the ball is jumping off your bat. And that's what this offense has been doing so far today.
In the air on the infield, Gomez under it. Makes the catch, and there's 1 gone. So next to hit for Baltimore, C.J. Hinojosa. Pitch misses. 1-0.
Here's something cool, Boog. When they finished building T-Mobile Park back in 1999, they actually opened it up in the middle of the season. I remember as a rookie with the Chicago White Sox, we opened the season at the Kingdome, and then when we came back later in the year, we were playing at T-Mobile Park. It's a beautiful place, great scenery from center field, and I always enjoyed playing here.
1 down, base is empty. Fights that one away, still 1-2. Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. And no one can get there.
Good two-strike hitting right there, Boog. A bit of a lost start for some, so that was nicely done to beat the odds. That ball right there landed in what they call the no-man's land, meaning it's not really a spot on the field where you can expect anyone to get to it easily. I mean, it's a tough play going back for the shortstop, but also for the outfielders trying to come in. They got to go a long way as well.
Now pitching for
so out of the bullpen for the Rafael Miranda now at the plate. That one finds the zone. Strike one.
Well, they've kept him pretty quiet in this series. Still doesn't have a knock. I know you want to get that first knock out of the way. Maybe more will come, but you got to give some credit to the pitching staff. They've had a great plan against him.
Next pitch off the plate, and a count 2-1. In the air, left field, down the line, and there's one down. In now is the Mariners DH, Joe Random. Inside, and that is ball one. Movement in the Orioles bullpen. Joe Random preparing to come on if needed. Random also throwing. Fly ball down the line, and there's two away. And up next for Seattle, Joe Random. Try to get him to chase on the changeup that time.
Well, as good as things can be, it can be a tough day at the office, even for the skippers. Seeing the offense just sputter, not able to get anything going.
2 down, nobody on. Here in the bottom of the 6th. Next offering is fouled back. Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. And that's in the dirt. Swings and misses, struck him out. Mariners are down in order. They're down 2-1. Welcome back. We're in the 7th. Welcome back. Taking a look at our game summary.
Mariners, the catcher, Joe Random.
Right through there for a strike.
No balls, 1 strike.
Swings and lines a base hit into left field.
A late jump, and I think that was the difference on the play, Boog. It's not always easy seeing the ball off the bat. It's something to improve.
Here comes the skipper out of the dugout, and he's ready to make the move. Peter Davies is done.
Well, Boog, as he leaves, he's got a shot at his first MLB win. He's going to need the rest of that staff to step up and preserve this narrow lead, though.
Now pitching for the
new arm out of the bullpen, Joe Random.
Number 10.
Ball 4. Ball 4, take your base.
You're out. 3.
And done.
So 2 down. Rafael Miranda up next for the Mariners. 0 for 3 in this one. That one finds the zone. Strike one.
Here's a run scoring opportunity. You definitely got to push something across because it's not going to get any easier. You get to the ninth, you got a lockdown closer ready to come in.
That one misses. 1 ball, 1 strike.
No base hits in the series for him so far, and it's clearly been a rough one. You just hope he's not pressing too hard because that just compounds things. It makes the slump even longer. Never seems to help. Never helped me.
And that's a fair ball. They stop the lead runner at second. Now 2 on with 2 outs. Joe Random with his first major league hit. And this is a moment I'm sure he'll never forget. Congrats.
Yeah, great moment for him and his family. A guy works so hard and has to wait so long for this to happen. And when it does, it can kind of be overwhelming, Boog. You still have to stay locked in on the game, but it's great when you could take a minute to just appreciate what you've done and how hard you've worked to get here.
3. 4. Take your base. 3. That's ball 4. 3. You're out. 3.
6-1 is your final here today as the Orioles win this one. Now it's going to be Joe.
The afternoon for Miami, the center fielder, number 1.
On the ground to the left.
Foul!
And it goes just foul.
Pretty good pitch there to take a rip at. He wants to get his arms extended. He likes the ball away from him a little bit. Just not able to square it up.
That misses. And 1-1. Hit on the ground to short. 1 out in the top of the first. And time now for the Marlins lineup. And saying I'm a bit surprised to see this many righties in the lineup against a right-hander.
Yeah, you're not the only one, Boog. I'm a bit surprised as well. And, you know, some hitters work well against same-handed pitching. You know, just back in 2024, Bobby Witt Jr., Vlad Guerrero Jr., and Aaron Judge all had higher batting averages against righties than they did against lefties. So Maybe they got a plan after
The
all.
left fielder, J.D.
2 down, bases empty.
Martinez.
And Martinez. And that one fouled off.
Ball.
2 outs, base is empty. That one ripped. Way back there. Pops over the wall, and that's an automatic double.
That ball exploded off his bat and off the warning track as well as it bounced over the fence. And it sounded really good, too. He just put together a really nice swing and just missed a home run.
Freddie Ladd in the box with 2 gone. And takes a look at a called strike. Martinez stands at second with 2 gone.
1 ball, 1 strike.
In the dirt, blocked. And that misses. And it's 2-1.
Well, here's a chance right here for one of the better hitters on this roster to get him on the board in the first. Thanks to the 3-hole hitter extending the inning. Good at bat with 2 outs.
And that's off the outside edge.
Outside.
And now 3-1.
First pitch strike from the pitcher, but then no panic at all by the hitter. Very patient, showing good discipline. Now he's in the driver's seat with the 3-1 count.
And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Now, this was a story we were paying attention to before the game. We've seen him give up walks in the past, and it's an issue once again early on.
First and second, 2 outs. Random getting ready to hit. There's a strike. First and second, 2 down. Here in the 3rd and final game of the series. And a swing and a miss there.
More and more guys are looking to slug regardless of the count. In this situation, we'll keep a close eye on his approach.
Swings and misses. That's the 3rd out. 2 left on. And now the Rangers will get their shot in a scoreless ball game. Back at Globe Life Field. And our pitcher in this game, Alexi Cruz. What should we keep an eye on? Here.
For the Rangers,
Well, there are going to be a lot of balls in play because of the ground ball rate. Important that the defense stays engaged in the game. I think it's critical. Tempo is there. If you work quickly, it helps the fielders behind you to stay engaged, to make those plays, and help you get through the innings.
Swing and a miss. 0-2.
No balls, 2 strikes.
And there's a ball. A changeup missing, and the count is even 2-2. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Swing and a ball popped in the air, and that's a fair ball. Now he'll turn for second, and he'll pull into second safely. Next up for Texas, Joe Random. 2 for 9 so far in the series. And that bunted towards third. And a foul ball. Sack bunt towards third. Random. Throw off line. He's safe. And a nice job there to keep it from getting away.
Well, that's not a familiar throw for this guy. He's not used to playing in that position, but for some reason they've got him in the lineup in that spot today. Got to be cautious, though, because this could hurt you later in the ball game.
And that one fouled off. Swing and a foul out of play.
He's dealing with a great two-strike hitter right here. The strikeout is not automatic.
On the ground. Slides, but he can't come up with it. And they'll score first. It's 1-0. And he's into second with nobody out.
That's 2 consecutive extra base hits for this team. He got that front foot down, and pitch recognition was on point. Pretty impressive for an 0-2 count.
Keaton Connor digs in now. Golden opportunity right here. Fouled off. He was late.
It's great to get on the board in the first frame of the ball game, but here's an opportunity for them to really open things up with a couple of runners on. Let's see if they can cash in.
That one the other way. Base hit. 1 run in already. A second scores as well. 3-0.
His confidence level is so high. Really nice job of coming through in a big spot. Really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle, allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws.
No outs. Runner at first. Here's the third baseman, Joe Brandom. Bunting, but that's a foul ball. Connor gets his lead at first with nobody out. And strike 2.
Just couldn't get that one down, and it's really just about catching the ball with the bat.
And that bunt goes foul. It's a strikeout. And that's the first strikeout of his major league career.
And it could be the first of many if he meets the goals he set for himself and the expectations others have for him. He doesn't want to just win games. He wants to dominate at this level.
Do you think young pitchers can sometimes get too caught up in trying to rack up Ks early in their career?
Boog, I think they can. It's kind of like a hitter that doesn't have power. The thrill is still hitting a ball over the fence. And so for a guy, even if he doesn't have power stuff or strikeout stuff, a strikeout is still something that makes him stick his chest out a little bit further.
The center fielder,
Joe Brandom, now at the plate. That's a strike.
When you're struggling out there on the mound, hitters know that there'll be plenty of opportunities within the at-bat to try to get something to hit hard.
Next pitch is outside. The 1-1 is fouled off. The 1-2. Shoots a line drive single into right center. And now they'll have runners on the corners with 2 away.
Didn't exactly square that one up, but sometimes you don't have to. He clearly didn't catch that one on the big part of the bat, just kind of muscled it out there. And, you know, on the mound, it can be pretty frustrating for a pitcher, but you just kind of have to expect those to drop in there sometimes.
Joe Brandon in the box now. No balls and a strike. Strike 2.
Man, he really sells the changeup with that arm action.
Off the mark there. And the count 1-2.
Good spot there, but didn't get the strike at the knees and doesn't seem too convinced by the call out there on the mound as he tries to get a better sense of the umpire strike zone.
Now he can't squeeze it behind the plate. Nothing happening on the bases, though. That just misses. And a full count now.
I think he wanted that call in the upper part of the zone, but just didn't get it. Now he's just trying to get a better feel for how much it missed so he can adjust his sights just a little bit.
And he hits a ground ball right side. Dives, and he can't hang on. To first, and he beats it. Everyone's safe.
Well, that's a great effort with 2 outs, and he displayed why it's so important to get out of the box quickly. There's no time to waste on these plays, and that hustle down the line to beat the throw really earned him that run.
Digging in, Joe Brandon.
Well, it's not the inning he was planning on to begin this start, but you've got to find a way to shake things off and give your team some length and put up some zeros.
Up the middle. Lays out, but he can't squeeze it. No throw, and everyone's safe. The bases are loaded. Now it's the second baseman, Joe Brandon. Doubled his first time up. Ball one there.
Big moment in this game. 2 outs, 2 runners in scoring position, and could really break this thing wide open early.
Right through there for a strike.
Looks like he's just sizing him up there. Really good pitch to hit, but he took it all the way. Sometimes guys just want to set their timing later on in the game. That may be a pitch that he turns on.
Swing and a miss as he was out front.
Filthy changeup right there. Just pulled the string.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Ends the inning after they racked up a bunch of runs. So they move out in front after a 4-run outburst. We head to the second in Arlington. It's the top of the second. Here's the second baseman, Joe Brandon.
Joe Brandon.
Hernandez back to work. Hernandez, in his rookie season, he features a 4-seam fastball, a slider, a changeup, and he occasionally uses a curve. On the ground, right side, Random. To first, but it pulls him off the bag.
Batting 7.
Looked to me like he got on the side of the ball a little too much right there. Maybe a little too casual as well with the throwing motion. And when you don't stay on top of the ball and really get out front and finish with a good release point, it's very easy to lose control of it to either side.
And he bunts, but that's foul. Strike 2. Lays down a bunt to the right side. Cortez on a second. They get one. Throw to first, but he beat it. And the batter will be the shortstop, Joe Brandon.
Joe Brandon.
Drops a bunt down the first base side. Cortez. One at second. And they'll just get the one. Joe Brandon, the next up for the Marlins. 3 for 7 in the series so far. That one finds the zone. It's 0-1. And misses inside. Random off of first with 2 away. A little out front there as he swings through it.
1 and 2's the count.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And that is that. One left for Miami. They're on the short end of a 4-0 score. Back in Arlington, here's the shortstop at the plate, Joe Brandon.
Brandon.
There's a strike. Hit in the air, right field. And it drops in. Man aboard on the leadoff single. Sean Cortez stepping in for the Rangers.
Sean Cortez.
And that's in for a strike. Runner at first with no outs here. Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. Got him. That K is his third of the game.
Not too often you're going to see a sub-90-mile-per-hour fastball get by a hitter for a strikeout, especially when it's in a very hittable location like that. Makes me think he's either looking for something else completely or he tried to do way too much with that swing.
Connor now at the plate as he swings through strike one.
0 balls, 1 strike.
And look out.
That got him.
As that one ran in and got him. He had 2 strikes on him, and he hit him. Joe Random stepping in for the Rangers. He was a strikeout victim his first time. And a sac bunt here. And that goes foul. Trying to move the runners over. Random. To second. Pulls him off the bag.
When you're playing out of position, the ball will find you. And that time does a nice job of fielding it. But the throw just off the mark. And you know he's uncomfortable with being in that spot.
Random stands in here. Tried to hold back his swing there, but went around. Just off the outside edge. And that's ball 1.
Good miss with that changeup away. He needs a ball on the ground for a double play. Minimize the potential threat right here. On the hitter's side, nice job of laying off that pitch.
Yeah, the 1-2 misses to even the count.
The guy at the plate could recognize slider out of the hand. Didn't stay in the tunnel very long in terms of depth and perception. He knew right away it was an off-speed pitch.
Swings through that, and it's a strikeout. He's notched 4 strikeouts now. Up next for the Rangers, Joe Random. 1 for 1 with a single so far. Outside low, ball 1. And that's too high.
Pressure's on right here. 2-0 count, bases loaded. You don't want to fall to a 3-ball count and then walk in a run. He's got to challenge the hitter right here.
On a line, base hit. 1 run is in. Another comes in to score. It's 6-0.
That's back-to-back singles for him. You'll often hear the phrase short to it, long through it.
Joe Random on the pitch out of the pen here. Back to the top of the Miami order. And at the plate for Miami, Joe Random. Up and in, and it's 1-0.
I can't play around with him here. It's a 6-run lead at this point. Got to attack hitters even if you give up a solo shot.
There's a strike. That one not close, and it's 2-1. And that skips in the dirt. Gets the call, and the count is filled up.
You got a full count.
Cut on and miss, struck him out, and he's registered 3 Ks in this one.
Toughest pitch to hit, fastball on the outer black. Man, sometimes you just got to tip your cap.
Joe Random, the next to hit. Fastball is outside. And another ball. He swings and fouls one off. The 2-1. And that one is in for a strike. Good pitch. Next pitch is outside.
He should get a pretty good pitch to hit here with the three-hole hitter coming up if he's walked.
Foul ball left side. He'll see another. That one is absolutely belted. And that gets down into the gap. Around first and hustling for second. And he'll reach second with one away.
Showed a lot of fight with 2 strikes in that AB. Got a fastball middle of the plate, jumped all over it. Absolutely smoked that ball. Could be a chance here for them to start clawing back into this ball game.
Now it's JD Martinez. Man at second. Strike 2.
Another 0-2 count right here. Pitcher just in the driver's seat. He can go anywhere he wants to go right here.
And down on strikes. Make it 4 strikeouts for him on the bump today.
Just blown away in that at bat. 3 fastballs, all strikes. He wasn't even able to foul one off. There's not much you can take away from an at bat like that as a hitter, other than maybe there's something wrong with your eyes. He's got to have better timing on the fastball next time.
Headed down the line. And that will drop foul. And there's a foul ball. And the 0-2. And that one a little bit high.
See if you can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up and out of the zone since you're heading the count 1-2. Don't miss in the zone because that's where you get hurt.
Outside low. And that's ball 2. Ground ball up the middle. Dives, but it kicks off his glove. No throw, and they don't get the out.
The first baseman.
So up next, Joe Brando. He's 0 for 1. Pitch is in there. That's strike 1. In the air, left side. Random makes the grab. And that is that. A couple of hits. Welcome back. Let's take a look at how the series has played out so far.
Designated hitter, Joe.
And here's the first baseman, Sean Cortez. Just missed.
That's the ball.
2 quick outs. Needed to get that third one. Wasn't able to do it. Now you bring up the heart of this order. You got to find a way to get it done right here.
Two outs. Up the middle. Dives, and he can't hang on. No throw, and they don't get an out on the play. Keaton Connor stepping in for the Rangers. And first offering is fouled off. Random at second. Cortez on at first with 2 down. The other way. Oh, he botches it. Still manages a throw. He beats the throw, and that loads the bases. Runner from second scores as they add on. And he'll pull into second with 2 gone.
Well, you're already down in the game, and not just by a couple. And then that error allows a run to score, and this is where things can really start to fall apart. As a team, they need to pick themselves up, find a way to play better baseball the rest of the way.
So 2 on with 2 away. Joe Brandom will hit next. 0 for 2 in this one. Foul ball there.
That's ball 4.
This one isn't exactly close, Chris. Let's go off script for a moment.
I'm game.
Were we on script?
Never.
Singing, did anybody ever give you the silent
ball.
treatment?
I don't remember that they
One
did.
ball,
I
no
think they were
strikes.
pretty cool with me in terms of celebrating my rookie year. First home run came in Anaheim against the Angels. And I always love to watch now, though, especially when that player is unsuspecting. You know, some guys, they've been around long enough to know there's a good chance I'm going to get the silent treatment.
That's
But when
inside
that
ball.
player's maybe been grinding it out for a little while and finally gets that home run, is expecting the big lift coming into the dugout, and they just stonewalling, it's awesome.
1-1.
That one drilled left field. And foul ball. Every once in a while, they'll work that same trick on a veteran player. If, say, he's been cold or hasn't hit a home run in a long time. And that's always fun when you don't see it coming at all. And everybody in the dugout goes crickets on him.
Yeah, and that veteran player's usually got a response for those individuals with one or the other hands.
Got him looking. Now 5 strikeouts for him on the mound.
Frustrating end to the at-bat for the hitter, and I'm sure that's going to sit
The
on him
batter,
for a little
the
while.
shortstop.
You want to be
Joe
ready to hit the fastball.
Brandom.
Sometimes you can overthink things, and I think that was the case right there.
Brandon stands in now and watches strike 1. Next offering popped in the air, right field, and makes the grab. And that's the 3rd out. Back at the ballpark.
Leading off
And
for
in
the
this
Rangers,
series, it has
the
been
designated
ugly
hitter,
on the mound
Joe
as we look at the
Brandom.
numbers.
Ball 4. Take your base. You're out.
Sean Cortez stepping in for the Rangers. In there at the knees. 0-1. Plenty of
That
offense
missed.
in
That's
this
the ball.
one, Singy. I guess you'd say kind of what we expected, though.
Well, this was a game, looking at the pitching matchup, where you expected off.
Line drive, base hit. Coming home. He'll score easily, and it's an RBI single, and they extend their lead.
Comes through with the RBI. Fastball pretty much middle, and that's what you fall asleep dreaming about as a hitter. So no surprise he put a great swing on it.
2 outs, runner at first. Keaton Connor getting ready to hit, and that one upstairs, ball 1. Cortez, the runner at first with 2 gone. In the air, left field, down the line. Martinez snags it. That is the inning. Welcome back,
Leading
and
off for
take a
the
look at
Marlins,
some hot
the right
hitting
fielder,
in this series
Joe
as we check out the
Brandom.
numbers. Hernandez back to work, and he takes a strike. Random measures 6 feet 2 inches, just 19 years old. He joined the team as a free agent, and he gets that fastball by him upstairs.
0-2.
Cut on and miss, struck him out. So he picks up his 6th strikeout of the ball game.
Gosh, here it is,
center
hit it.
fielder,
3-pitch
number 1.
strikeout,
Joe
all fastballs. Man, he's got a
Brandom.
lot of confidence in that pitch right now.
Random in the
No,
box
that's
here.
down.
Lets
Ball.
that one go for a ball.
He's been going after these guys consistently, and as a result, he's been able to keep his pitch count low, throwing the ball very well right now.
That one misses, and that's ball 3. And he walked him on 4 pitches.
That just came apart right there. 4-pitch walk, and guy at the plate was not going to help him out by swinging at something out of the zone.
Random now in the box, comes up empty with a swing there. And it's 1-1.
That's a ball.
The pitch. Swing and a high fly ball left field. Random makes the grab, and there's 2 gone. Here's J.D. Martinez, 1 for 2. There's a swing and a miss.
This guy's usually not one to chase pitches off the plate, but he did there. We'll see if he can tighten up his zone a little bit.
Swing and a miss. And it's 0-2.
No ball.
The Rangers up big in this one, and we're at the top of the 5th. And down on strikes he goes. Picks up strikeout number 7. Still nothing on the scoreboard for him after 5. It's the Rangers 11 and the Marlins. Welcome back as we take a look at how today's starting pitchers have fared so far.
Joe Random.
And welcome back to the ballpark. Now it's the DH, Freddie Ladd. Oh, he doesn't get the call. And that's ball 1. Out towards left center. Random flashes the leather on the run and catch. So digging in, Joe Random.
Joe Random.
And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike.
He's been very consistent with his command out there on the mound, consistently throwing at the knees. Pretty impressive when a guy can repeat his delivery like this.
That's a ball.
Close, but called a ball. And now it's even 1-1. Tap softly third base side, a swinging bunt, and that's just foul. And a 1-2. And down on strikes. And he's up to 8 strikeouts in this one.
The batter, number
now it's the second baseman, Joe Random.
Joe Random.
That's in there. That's strike 1.
Well, this guy on the mound's done a lot better than we would have expected, and the hitters just don't seem to have the right game plan. They're taking too many mistake pitches for called strikes.
This one in the air. Random. He's got it. And that is out number 3. And 1-2. Back now for the bottom of the 6th.
First base. 3.
And now the first baseman, Sean Cortez. Fouled off left side. Way high.
1-1.
That's too low.
Ball.
2-1.
2 balls, 1 strike.
And it's fouled away.
He's mixing his pitches really well, late on that fastball after seeing the changeup. See if he can elevate one I think if he does, he'll get the swing and miss.
On the ground, out to short. They take the force out, and that is the inning. No runs, no hits. And we're back. Top of inning number 7. Now it's the Marlins catcher, Joe Random. First pitch just misses.
So what we're seeing is a lineup that's just out of sync with the pitcher. They're guessing wrong, and their timing's off.
Slice down the right side. Ground ball left side. Fair ball. And the Rangers manager making his way towards the mound now as he will make the move. Miguel Hernandez done for the day. Great effort out of him as he exits in line for the win. We'll tell you about the new pitcher when we get back. So out of the bullpen for the Rangers, Joe Random.
Ball 4, take your base. 3.
And the Rangers manager making Joe Random takes over on the mound,
and he's got a nice lead to work with, so he should come in throwing strikes, attacking these hitters.
Ladd, the next to hit, takes ball 1.
That's a good pitch there. Really had some run and finished a little up and in just on the edge. And that's one of those, if you swing at it, you had a broken bat as you jog back to the dugout.
2 down, nobody on. High fly ball out towards left center. Random on the move to the alley. He's got it, and that'll end the inning. Welcome back. Taking a look at our game summary. And the first pitch misses for ball 1.
Well, these Rangers really producing with runners on. It's been a right place, right time kind of game for them. They're hitting over 600 in this game with runners in scoring position, and clearly that's leading to a lot of runs. Their clutch hitting has been excellent.
Off the mark there, and it's 3-0. That clips the corner. Right side. Random. Brings it in. And there's 1 down. Back at Globe Life Field. And here's the first baseman, Sean Cortez. On the ground to third. Slides, but it gets by him.
Clearly seeing the ball very well in this one. He kind of rolled over on this pitch a little bit, but he got enough behind it to shoot it through for a knock. And you'll take that anytime you can get him to find a hole.
Now here is Keaton Connor into center, and that'll get down for a hit. And now to aboard Cortez around third. He will score.
Well, that right there is a pretty clear example of why making a clean.
Hernandez with his first major league win.
Yeah, nicely done.
Up now for Milwaukee, Joe Brandon.
First baseman, number 27.
Line drive, makes the grab, one down. And now the right fielder, Joe Brandon. He's got 4 hits in the series on 9 at-bats. This to third, lays out, but he can't squeeze it. Still able to get it there in time, and they get it out of the play.
Just a great effort all the way around at third base right there. Nice job to get a glove on it with the dive, but it was the recovery that was so impressive. If he doesn't hop to his feet and get the throw off in such a fluid motion over there, I kind of doubt he gets the out.
Juan Munoz, the batter now, as he swings and misses for strike 1. 2 out, space is empty. To third, and he can't come up with it. Still able to fire over, and he'll be safe at first.
We all know that that first inning can be a critical one in terms of guys settling in and the tone being set for the game. So this isn't what you're looking for on defense. 2-out errors are a lot like 2-out walks, but maybe even worse because your pitcher did his job to get what should have been the last out of that inning.
And now the count is even. Munoz leads off first with 2 down to the inning. Ripped to third, but handled, and that'll end the inning. Brewers strand 1. Back at Truist Park, and getting to start, Juan Garcia.
It's a tough veteran lineup on the other side. But I'm excited to see what this rookie can do in this one.
Bottom of the first. Here's the second baseman, Joe Brandon.
That's the ball down.
And that one's a little bit low. 1-0. Next offering is outside. Slice to right, and it goes just foul. And it remains 2-2. The wind of the pitch. Line drive, base hit down the line. So a man on base to start the inning.
Gotta love the resiliency he showed in that at bat, battling with 2 strikes. Nice line drive to the pull side, met it out front, but just stayed through it nice enough and ripped it into the outfield.
Bunted back towards the mound. Handles, throws to first. 1 gone, bottom half of the first.
Batting third.
So the go-ahead run in scoring
number
position.
36.
Random now at the plate, swinging it well in the series so far. He's 5 for 9. Just missed.
That's the ball.
If you're going to be a championship type of ball club, you've got to hit with runners in scoring position. And after last night's struggles, I'm sure this team is chomping at the bit to have this kind of opportunity here early in this game.
Where'd that last pitch miss? That's inside. And now 3-0.
Get ready for some action here. Good RBI guy at the plate. Runners in scoring position. The hitters count.
And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Runner take your base.
He did not take the bat off his shoulder the entire at bat.
Joe Brandon digs in now. And he lays one down the left side. tosses to first. Runners advance on a good sac bunt. And here's the catcher, Joe Brandon.
Catcher, number 1.
Breaking ball misses down and away.
He's got a base open, so the pressure to come in and really attack this hitter, not as great as it would be if the bags were set.
Oh, yeah.
Swing and a miss. And the count 1-1.
1-1.
Strike 2, and there's a real chance they get out of this without allowing a run. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
A lot of adrenaline, we can see it right there, and sometimes you just got to let it out. That's an outstanding job of taking that, executing, and getting out of a tough inning.
Second inning set to go, and now the rookie second baseman, Joe Brandon. Villa back to work. And that one fouled off. Villa goes 6 feet 5 inches, only 18 years old, and he was born in Venezuela. And ball 1.
Boog, one of our favorites. Jerry Hillsdale umpiring behind home plate in this one. Pretty much by the book with his strike zone.
And because he's so by the book, you'll sometimes see pitchers questioning him. They'll make a good pitch on the edge of the zone, want the strike, and not get the call. But most of the time, Jerry gets it right. He's a good one. Cut on and lifted in the air. Random makes the catch. And there's one away. Next to hit, Joe Brandon. Looking pretty good at the plate. He's 4 for 10 in the series. There's a strike.
First pitch strike right there for him. He's going to have to do that consistently if he's going to give any length to his skipper.
Liner snagged at first.
That swing right there tells me he's seen the ball pretty well. I know it didn't produce a hit, but he made solid contact, and that's all you're looking to do anytime you're at the plate.
And first offering is fouled off. Second inning here, no score. And that is out of play. The next pitch misses, and the count 1-2. Swing and a miss, struck him out. And a nice inning of work there as he sets him down 1-2-3. Brewers go down quietly. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. We head to the bottom of the second. Now in for the Braves, Joe Brandon.
Number 33.
Just missed. Swing and a miss as he was out front that time. Lifted in the air, left field, pretty well struck. Hicks makes the play, one away.
Just pulled off of it a little bit right there. That front shoulder coming open instead of staying closed. If he does that, he's going to be able to go up the middle the other way with some authority instead of a fly out to left.
Strike 2.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Swing and a ball popped up. Random. Makes the catch for the out. And there are 2 outs.
Left fielder, number 30.
Joe Brandon next up for the Braves. 2 for 6 so far in the series. Check swing, and he went 0-1.
0-1.
And downstairs. just
No, that
missed.
That's the ball. 2-1.
Hard ground ball, base knock. Joey gets on base and keeps it going. Here's the center fielder, Joe Brandom. And delivers outside.
That's the ball.
At 96, that pitch is in for a strike. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. Two outs, and it's even up.
Recognize that changeup right out of the hand.
2-2.
Just spit on it.
Fights it off. He'll see another. Swing and a miss, struck him out. No runs, one hit, no errors, and a man left. We head on down to the top of the third. Back here at the ballpark,
Leading
let's check
off
out
for
the latest
Milwaukee,
news from around the
shortstop,
league.
Number 22.
Close,
No,
but
that
call the
missed.
ball. And that's ball one.
Well, these Brewers, as you probably noticed, haven't been shy at the plate at all. In fact, they've probably been too aggressive at times. I'm specifically talking about the first pitch. These guys are swinging more than 80% of the time, which is fine if you're scoring runs, but that hasn't been the case today.
That one misses. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. 2-2 on the way. Hit in the air out to center field. Random makes the grab, one away. And now the center fielder, Joe Brandom. 3 for 6 in the series so far. Fastball for a strike.
Two-seam fastball has been very consistent. He's been able to throw it to both sides of the plate and some really good arm side run.
And a curve misses outside. And the count even 1-1. And a big swing and a miss.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
Pretty simple sequence right there, but very well executed. 2 off-speed pitches away, gets him trained to look out over the plate. Then they ran a good fastball inside, and it was just too much to catch up to. Nice job of working in and out and upsetting that timing at the plate.
So the lineup flips over, and now the first baseman, Joe Brandom. And there's a hit, and that keeps the inning alive. So up next, Joe Brandom. 0 for 1 so far. Swinging a foul straight back. Yeah, that's fouled off. In the dirt. Random off of first with 2 away. Battling here as he fouls it away. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Ground ball right side. And foul ball. Two outs. Got him looking. And he did not like the call. So no runs here on a base hit. No errors and one left. We head down to the home half of inning number 3. Back here in Atlanta. Now it's the second baseman, Joe Brandon.
Number 28.
Swing and a ball lifted in the air. And it hops over the wall for an automatic double. Joe Brandon next up for the Braves. Corner infielders up on the grass expecting a bunt. Trying to move him over here. One gone, bottom of the third inning.
That's a good piece of hitting right there. The job was to move the runner up and give your team a chance to score the go-ahead run. That's exactly what happened, so you better believe your teammates are happy with you after that at bat.
Brandon swings through it for strike one.
Well, a come and get me fastball right there. He didn't look ready for the velocity. I think it'd be a mistake to throw him anything off speed right here.
That misses the zone, and 1-1.
This is a situation where the hitter is looking for something up in the zone that he can get his arms extended. What you have to be careful of is that pitch that's up, that's in on your hands. That'll pop you up in the infield, and that's exactly what the pitcher wants.
Towards first, it's in and out of his glove, and they get him. The misplay made it a bit messy, but they cleaned things up for the out.
Well, there's a lot riding on that at bat right there. Nice job of the pitcher to bear down, make the pitch, get the ground ball. Excellent piece of work.
Random in the box now. Take strike one.
And I know you want to be patient as a hitter, but you got to be ready to jump on the first thing straight. And he got one right there, but left the bat on his shoulder. Well, the offense really struggled last night. I mean, it was awful. So I think picking up a run right here, that's going to get him going a little bit.
And that's down and away.
They tried to get him to go, chase the pitch down and away, but he wouldn't bite.
Fouls it off, still 1-2.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
1-2 now. Gets a piece and stays alive. And that's outside. Now 2-2. Got him! Huge strikeout there.
He's in a tough spot, had to make a great pitch, did it, got the strikeout, gets out of the jam. Clearly, he's happy with those results.
And welcome back to the ballpark. John Sciambi with Chris Singleton, and set to lead off the fourth, Juan Munoz. That's in for a strike.
0-1.
Check swing. Now we'll look down to first. No swing. Kenny Jansen with the call. This one in the air. Random gets under it. Hauls it in, and there's one away. Now here's Aaron Hicks. He's 0 for 1. Out in front with the swing, and that is strike one.
0-1.
That's inside. And it's 1-1. Inside, almost got him. That one fouled off. 2-2.
You could see he was trying to stay back long enough to handle the off-speed pitch, but just a little tardy on the fastball.
One out, base is empty. Still 2-2 after the foul ball. stays alive.
Full count.
Foul ball, and it remains a full count.
5 foul balls in this at bat so far, and these two are going head to head. You can see the crowd. They're starting to get into it a little bit more and more each pitch, even though there hasn't been a ball in play yet.
Random makes the grab for the second out. Stepping in, Joe Random. Flied to right his first time. And that's downstairs and outside. That's off the mark. Now 2-0.
That two-seam fastball is usually coupled with a slider away, and when a hitter's conscious of the pitch in, it's hard for him to cover middle away, and that's where a pitcher can really finish off that batter.
And that'll do it. 3 up, 3 down for Milwaukee, and we're still knotted at 0. And we're back, ready to go, bottom 4. So now to the plate for Atlanta, Joe Random. Right through there for a strike.
You know, these Braves, as this game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate. They're chasing a lot of pitches outside the zone, and those chases are turning into a bunch of outs. Can they turn that around and stay within the zone? We'll see, but I think they have to.
Here's the third baseman, Joe Random. Fly to left his first time. Strike 1.
Oh, this is a case of just slowing the game down. Sometimes you get so concerned with getting the job done, you forget that you still have to get a good pitch to do the job with.
Bunting, and he pops it up. And there's one away. And now the shortstop, Joe Random. He popped out his first time. This one in the dirt. Lays down a bunt to the right side and a foul ball. Puts a bunt down. The throw to second is offline. The flip to the pitcher is late, and he reaches safely.
Sometimes you can get a little too aggressive trying to cut off that lead run and try to make something happen that really isn't there. Got to take that sure out at first base. Not sure what happened right there in terms of communication.
And that bunted towards third. Random. Throw sails over his head at first. And this ball's going to wind up out of play. So a big-time costly mistake there. 2 on, 1 out. Random will hit next. Struck out swinging his first time. And that one upstairs, ball 1. 1 down, runners at second and third. And another ball.
2 balls, no strikes.
That one down the line, and that's just foul. 2 on, 1 out. That one the other way. Base hit. 1 run is in. Throw comes in and holds the runner at third. They're at the corners now with still only 1 away. Back to the leadoff spot in the Braves lineup. Joe Random getting ready to hit. That's to third, and that chance handled. Off-balance speed, there's 1. And he'll eat it and be happy with the out.
Well, when you've got a guy playing out of position, you'll see plays like this. That should have been a double play, but the feed to second took way too long. It's hard to blame the guy since he didn't ask to be penciled in at that spot.
Random stands in with 2 away as he takes a ball. Some early action out there in the bullpen. Joe Random up and throwing. Random getting cranked up as well. Now a bullet to second base, but he's got it to end the inning. Welcome back. Quite a pitcher's duel so far. Here's how the starters have performed up to this point. Villa back to work. Check swing, makes contact, but that's foul.
Well, these Brewers just lacking discipline at the plate in this ballgame. Chasing pitches has been a big part of the story. We've seen it quite a bit today. It's been tough for them to make contact at times, and it just doesn't look like they're seeing it very well as a group.
Got him swinging.
Oh, there's a 3-pitch strikeout. He can do whatever he wants with the baseball right now.
Now batting, number 28.
Joe Brandom, the next to hit. 0 for 1. He struck out swinging last time. Random in his second season, just 19 years old. And he's usually a first baseman, but today he's the designated hitter. Base is empty, 1 away, and we're at the top of the 5th. Pulls that one foul. The 0-2.
That's a ball. 1-2.
Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
He's really good hitting the baseball the other way, so credit
Now
the pitcher
batting,
for having him
number
out in front of that
22.
pitch. Clearly, he had him fooled.
So 2 down now, and here is Joe Brandom. First
That's
pitch
a ball.
misses.
Outside.
Well, I think the key, if he can get through one more inning, anything after that, a hitter or two is bonus, but they should be lined up good enough to get to the finish line.
Swing and a miss. And he strikes out the side for the second time today. Gone in order are the Brewers. They trail in this one 3-0. Back at Truist Park, we head to the bottom of the 5th. And here's the first baseman, Joe Brandom. Fought off foul. Now 1-1.
1-1.
That one in there across the letters. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. 1-2 now. Fastball is outside.
Just missing off the plate there, according to the umpire, and out there on the mound, maybe trying to get an explanation. Can't say he's convinced, but it looks like he's accepted it.
Fouls that off to the left, and we'll do it again. Swing and a ball line to center. And a base hit. And the leadoff man aboard.
Now batting,
Here comes the manager out of the dugout, and he'll make a move for the bullpen. Juan Garcia will depart. It's a 3-run game, and we'll be back to tell you about the new arm in a minute.
Now pitching from
A new arm into the game, the righty,
Number
Joe
5.
Brandom.
Still pretty early in the ball game, so this
So digging in, Joe Brandom struck out swinging his first time. Lifted in the air, right field. Brandom drifts towards it, hauls it in for the out. Back to the top of the Milwaukee order. Next for Milwaukee, Joe Brandom, 1 for 2. First pitch doesn't find the zone.
Oh, that two-seam fastball is a great pitch from a right-hander to a right-handed batter. Just really teases the inside part of the plate, runs in on the hands.
That misses.
That's
2
a ball.
balls and a strike. Next offering is fouled back. Not close with that one. And now it's 3-2. And they'll do it again. On the ground to the left. And it gets by him.
Dominant performance for him today, Boone. Just 2 hits allowed so far. No runs across either. And he's had an answer for just about every hitter he's faced. So I don't think this hit is going to knock him off his stride too much.
At the plate, Joe Brandon. And a sac bunt here. And that's a foul ball.
Now this team is definitely looking for a big swing of the bat right here. Try to close that gap. But, you know, at the very least, if you could find a way to manufacture that run from first, it feels like it's really important to getting back into this ball game.
0-1. Gets the bunt down the right side. Random. They apply the tag, and the runner moves up to second.
Now batting, number 29.
Here's the Brewers catcher now. Juan Munoz. 0 for 2 in this one. Strike on the inside corner. It's 0-1.
When a guy's throwing a lot of first pitch strikes as a hitter, you got to be ready to hit. Now, that's not going to help you get deep into his pitch count and into the bullpen, but you got to take what he's offering that day.
No swing. In the dirt, kicks away from the catcher. Runner holds. Count goes to 2-1. Lifted in the air down the left side, and it stays fair. Rounds third, headed for the plate. He'll score. To second, pulls him off the bag.
Well, patience and discipline paid off right there as he got into an advantage count. Just a blue hit behind third right there, and that's a really tough play for a third baseman or shortstop to get to, and the same for the left fielder. So he just found a perfect place to drop that one in right there.
Brian Snitker out of the dugout, and he's going to make a change. Dan Villa done for the afternoon.
He's in line for his first career win as he leaves, Boog, but there's plenty of time for things to change. We'll see if the bullpen can get to the finish line.
So they turn things over to the righty, Joe Brandon.
First base. First base. First base.
So 2 down. Here's the catcher, Juan Munoz.
Picked up an RBI in his last at bat. Still their only run of the game so far.
And that one gets past the catcher. But all the runners hold. Tying run at the plate. That one is absolutely belted. That's down. One hops off the wall. The run comes in from second, and now they trail by 1. And now the tying run is into scoring position.
Gets the job done as he brings home a pair. Just a cookie down the middle. I mean, those are the ones you dream about. Ones in the cage, you're just hoping you get in the ball game. Right down the middle, not a whole lot of velocity. Right on top of it. Now that sets up a huge at bat in this ball game.
Here comes the manager out of the Braves dugout, and he will make a move to the pen. So they turn to their closer, Joe Brandon.
Number 2.
for the Braves, Joe Brandon. On the ground to third. Zips it across, and that's one away as the leadoff man is out in the 8th. Joe Brandon next up for the Braves. Hit in the air left field. Hicks hauls it in, and there's 2 away. 2 outs, base is empty. Here's the center fielder, Joe Brandon. Next offering, pop foul off to the right out of play. 2 down, nobody on. Here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. In there at the knees. No balls, 2 strikes. Meanwhile, activity in the bullpen. Rico Vasquez up and loosening in the pen, and that one is inside. Headed towards the corner. And that is a foul ball.
That's a ball. 2-2.
On the ground, right side. Tosses to first. That's the 3rd out. Inning over. Back here in Atlanta, we go to the
Ball 4. Take your base. Out. 3.
Villa with his first major league win.
Yeah, nicely done. I'm sure.